Welcome, gamers. How are we doing today? Oh, I'm freaking exhausted, and I can't really bitch about it because it's my fault. But I am gonna mention it. So my dumb ass. It'd be a fantastic idea to for breakfast only have coffee, water, and what else did I have? Coffee, water, maybe M&Ms. Oh, and some kind of like chocolate bar kind of thing. And then I didn't actually eat something until 11:30. But by the time I actually started eating something, I was exhausted. I had a headache. So I didn't even know if I was going to be streaming this evening. But then I remembered, you know what? I said I was going to stream this evening. So guess what, folks? I'm streaming this evening. It's just not going to be a very long one. Unless Arcade Spirits finds some sort of way to suck me in to the point where I forget to have, or forget I have a headache. Mm. But this one has water. This one has snackage, some soft loaf of bread. So we're good there. Also, did my captions thingy stop working? Uh-oh. It's showing it's still on. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, that was scary. Alright, so job front. Alright, so effective, unless I find another job, effective June, don't have the dates yet. I will only be streaming on Sundays because that will be the only weekend day I have off, provided I still get transferred to this campaign. Anyway, so long story short, for anyone new, I've been having a lot of issues with my job. There's a series of tweets about it. I don't really feel like getting into. Long story short, work at a call center. What my call center does, we're basically outsourced. Company says, "Hey, we want you to take calls for us." All right, cool. I was part of one. Well, they decided to go internal, so I was supposed to be transferred to another one effective 4/11. So that was supposed to be at the time 6 days without pay, and then 4/11 rolls around. I haven't gotten an offer letter. I haven't received a phone call. I don't know who the trainer is, anything like that. So I'm trying to reach out to recruitment, and they're blowing me off. So I reached out to HR, going, "The fuck." I didn't actually say it like that, but you get my drift. So I find out from HR, not recruitment office, HR, that the training class for that campaign was canceled, as in all the training classes for that campaign. So I'm hounding them, figuring out, well, you said I was going to be transferred to another campaign. Hello? What's going on? Where am I being moved to? Am I still employed by the company? If not, I need a letter of termination explaining why. You know, all that jazz. So they finally come back to me on Friday, give me a call saying, "Hey, we're moving you to this position. Training starts May 2nd," which means, yay, there's a pay bump. So with the previous campaign, I was actually being paid 25 cents less than the one I'm being moved to now. So worked out, I guess, but that's a month without pay. So if you're feeling generous, please provide me like a little bit of tips, please and thank you, to either one of the coffees. Since the artist shout out one is basically supposed to be like an art gallery, which, yay, if I get tips for being an art gallery, cool, not required, obviously. Like the minimum tip over at the artist shout out coffee is $1. The minimum tip for the Riot Titans one is $3. I mean, either way, Riot Titans, either way, Any little bit helps. It would be very much appreciated. And I'm going to stop talking about it there. But yeah. So training is Monday through Friday. So during training, I'll be able to do the regular schedule Saturday, Sunday, provided shit doesn't happen. And then June rolls around, I hit the production floor. My days off will be Sunday and Wednesday. So what I'm going to see about doing is doing maybe a YouTube video, something along those lines, or I just make a art video and post it that day. Whatever I feel like doing. It'd be under the Off the Clock playlist that is there in the Weekend Game Show YouTube channel. And those are my updates for now. So, without further ado, we have our artist shoutouts for today now, don't we? Now, with it being Easter, and my being an atheist, thinking the entire thing is stupid, here's a fun Easter thing. So, this is a cover designed by Sun, and I'd like to say the last name. I'm so scared I'm going to butcher it, but this is a Easter cover for, I knew it, hang on, I can't see it there, I actually have to pull up the tweet. Ew! Alright, let me pull up the tweet. Phone, this is not the time to be. So for Zenoscope. So this is a Easter cover for Zenoscope Entertainment. They're a publisher. On their Instagram, it says, "Come for the covers, stay for the stories, highly collectible, highly addictive." And with it being highly addictive, that is why I have yet to actually go to their website. I'm not going to test fate. But yes, here is I like that piece. I also love the two different color eyes. That was great. But yes, this is today's artist shout out. So, without further ado, oh, if so, I should probably get in the habit of explaining this every stream. There are a lot of habits I need to develop, but that also means I kind of need to, you know, stream more often. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. So the way I have my setup, I should probably take a picture of my setup. So I have my Chromebook actually watching the stream because Streamlabs doesn't really show me if this something is going on with the actual stream. So I have a Chromebook up with the stream manager watching the stream along with you guys. There's a slight delay in it, but that's okay. So I was looking at the thing and I noticed there was an exclamation point next to views. So I tap views is going away on April 14th, 2022. So shouldn't they be gone? What's today's date? Today's the 17th. They should be. That explains a lot. All right. So we want to make sure the stats you see are an accurate representation of your live audience and engaged community. This stat, as it exists today, doesn't meet the standard. I will tap learn more, but I will read it later because I'm streaming. So, all right, back to the artist shoutouts. So, I do artist shoutouts for free. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And another thing I'm actually going to do, so even when I switch to the production schedule and I can't stream on Saturdays, I don't give a fuck. The weekend game show, I do artist shoutouts on the weekend, so do the artist shoutout Saturday, Sunday, and I throw Monday in there because I can. So those are the days I peruse everywhere and like Instagram, ArtStation, DVR. I just peruse and I pick someone and I find someone to artist and I find someone to shout out. So I want it to be so if you have 2,000 followers or below is kind of what I'm shooting for because the entire point of this is exposure. I'm basically giving artists free exposure, which is why I'm using my Become Empowered Instagram for it. I am doing this as a form of empowerment. That's what that's for. That's what this is. Which is why Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I do it for free. If you want to pay me to give you an artist shout out, that is through Ko-fi. So you need to join one of my memberships. And I actually need to adjust the prices. Because I was looking at the prices and I realized that's way too damn low. But yeah, you need to join one of the memberships and then you will receive a Google form to fill out upon doing so, and you can request an artist to shout out that way. And that's how that works. So, time for the game. Time to turn the music back on. Uh, uh-oh. I want that one. No, I want to load. Loading will lose unsaved progress. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. All right. All right. So, time for the afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up after the quiet mornings. More kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of when I'm intercepted en route. Uh-oh. Mariah and Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left. Oh? What's up? Hamza's up.
Okay.
He is? Huh? Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Mariah, you'll be flying solo today. Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza's a game finder and auctioneer, and gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to his auction for the rest of the afternoon while you run the funplex. My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's the law around these parts. But Queen Bee's words are still dangling away in my mind. Do what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I needed to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing. I said, whoa, 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 what if I want to come along and see this auction myself? Come on, I'm never going to learn the business if I don't take a bigger role. You're a floor attendant. Your place is on the floor.
Aww.
Well, that's patently unfair. Unfair. I'm a floor attendant too, and you're dragging me along. I feel like such a third wheel at those auctions anyway. Let Mariah be the third wheel and let me handle the floor. Boom! I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met, trust me. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things, show some initiative. Like, I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Mariah instead. But no costume time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out one way or another. I need to get the van. Wait out front, please. It will probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away! I like her. Leaving me waiting outside with my two traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and a rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting. I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one, shall we? The four of us pile in, and it's off to the highway. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save time in the long run. Where's Hamza set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate just outside town, it's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement. Ooh! So exciting! I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers, a raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. So, which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from that terrible fate and then auctions off his finds, sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay, so Hamza obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade off a vintage Burger Time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through generations of a family. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down there to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think he's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored to get an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys, like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping on Hamza's good side. Huh. So, he only invites a select hand-picked group to his auctions. How'd you end up on that secret hand-picked group? That would be my doing, dearie. He likes to visit the local arcades whenever he's in town, and as I like to get to know everybody who walks in our doors, I approached him. I suppose we achieved a certain rapport, considering we've had 3 invitations so far. Got some rather lovely games, too, including Moopy. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think not.
Heh! We don't have room to add any more games, especially relics like Hamza usually deals in. What about the off-site storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations with Hamza, even if we don't end up bidding.
Aww. Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite. And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
Well, Isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade offs and there are trade offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are. You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Unless you don't make rent on your apartment, or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness, and I've done just that without regret, so everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion, the weather. Oh, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in just in case. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hamza's invitation, it seems this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find old games at bars exposed to the elements and falling apart. I suppose this is one thing we can agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean. A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow. A waste of true potential. Huh, good point. Glad to see these two getting along better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way there. With the rain pounding down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everyone resumes fiddling about with their phones, knitting, or driving, leaving me to wonder, exactly where is this auction and/or raid happening anyway? We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out into the sticks? Maybe it's some closed down roller rink or an old bowling alley or... Whoa, or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. Ah, the classic Titans luck and play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepy-o-meter. Or creepometer. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. A large group has already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur as the others pay little mind.
Greetings, friends.
Oh, hello.
Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome. Gavin, stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
Oh, fresh.
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Unright,
I
Titans.
see. Greetings to you and yours. I am known as Hamza, seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games. And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
I was unaware Reagan-era amusement machines were antiques on par with the Turin Shroud. Yeah, fire indeed, but rest assured, many a holy grail may lurk in the arcade below. You may even find your own relic of a holy nature by eve's end. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company, Mariah Titans, perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, longtime allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome, welcome to Donnawood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a stately pleasure dome decree. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could not enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since, and this year it shall be torn down to make way for condominiums. No, not before we have, but not before we have our
Friends,
say.
those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so. I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you. On the far table, you shall find refreshments, grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game to put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid or an arcade auction or whatever. Donna Michaels! I knew it! I should have recognized Donna Wood when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical act of 1980. Beep. Naomi, I was born in 1990. Beep. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van stereo so we can blast Girls Just Wanna Play Games all the way home. But first, I'm gonna go check out the cabinets in her arcade. I'm not really into mingling later. She dashes off without speed, heading for the stairs leading below. I suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Heading for the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself a plate so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on other collectors, leaving me to do stuff. Now I see why Ashley was bored of these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Browse games with Naomi. I'm really not interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones. Going on up here. Ha! Gavin can handle these guys. Me, I want to see this legendary arcade Hamza was talking up, so I head downstairs to join Naomi. Whoa. Is this a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something, but this is easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself, even coated in dust and disrepair. It's awe-inspiring, and it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually, I locate Naomi, practically cuddling a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Oh! Mariah, look, a 2-player variant of TMNT. These were only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4-player? Why would anybody want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because I mean, it's rare. It's a find. And it's less fun. Not the point. Anyway, it's hard to find one of these, 2-player or 4-player. I love to have it for the arcade. I love to have that, and this one, and oh, if only I could take all these home with me. I mean, some have water damage, others likely have busted CRTs and controls. They all need work, but I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed just to make it playable. So not only would you have to bid and win the game, but you'd have hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you? I know, isn't it great? Okay, is there a nice way to say this? I know you love restoring games, but how many restorations are you back? Oh, do we actually have money for new projects? I know you love restoring games, but You really love bringing a broken old game back to working order, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely, these games deserve to shine as they once did ages ago. I think I picked the wrong one. If I can turn back the clock and let them be what they truly can be, let people play them as they were in their prime, well, there's no greater feeling. And you enjoy the challenge of restoration too, repairing hardware, replacing damaged art, the problem solving of broken monitors. You know me so well, Mariah. Exactly. And all of that is admirable. I really love how happy these projects make you, Naomi. I did. But, aha! There we go. There's a flip side. How much time does it take to restore a game? I'd say if it's in good shape, maybe a few hours. If it's really a wreck and needs extra love, a few days, maybe weeks if parts are on back order. Okay, now think of the games we currently have and how many still need work or break down frequently. Can you take a bunch of new projects? Take on a bunch of new projects? Well, I could make the time, work late, right? Even a girl with bottomless energy has her limits. Naomi sighs, frustration building.
It's not fair. I know. I mean, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on. But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more. The Funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love. But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try. This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job, too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games. Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that, except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing. It's all I ever wanted to do. So when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
Wow. That's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to an arcade job? I mean, I've meandered from job to job, never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted, what I needed, and now, well, now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The Funplex will close.
If the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Right! It's a slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately, eagerly. My low bank balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice, now I need to make that choice work. We just need to find the right game, something nobody's played in a long time, something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in the year 20 beep. A lot of these games are on life support, borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs and monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody. It's all high definition and that weird 3D projection tech which looks awful. Nobody appreciates a good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper, though? I've seen some old games running them in other arcades. They're wrong, is what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on LCD. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy myself on a lot of the stuff. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm silicon literate. I got opinions. Meh! Can't we simulate the funny image and still use an actually? can't you fake it using a high definition screen? Just make the picture fuzzy, add fake scan lines, bend it a little so it looks like it's on a curved tube.
Ugh.
Done. That sounds awful. Okay. I mean, that's like serving someone non-fat frozen yogurt and claiming it's a delicious sundae. Ha! I like froyo. I guess we could do that, but we need an extra computing unit to process the image, maybe a Raspberry Pi or something. I have had some ideas. But if we don't have money for new games, we certainly don't have money for R&D. It'll have to wait.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm glad you're with us at the Funplex. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling that I'm not alone. Like I'm not alone. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to toiling away in my little workshop with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. They're kind enough to me and friendly, well, Ashley is, but ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. I'm not complaining though, I guess it just takes getting used to. After years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Away from strangers, crowds, it's not really my thing. I don't like to network like Gavin does or socialize like Ashley does. And now I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop there. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I? Suddenly shouting and stomping at feet from the floor above. What the? Sounds like there's a fight or something going on up there. I think we better go see what's what. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hamza has ejected a representative of the dark carnival known as Deco's Palace from a mist, and not soon enough, in Hamza's opinion. Oh, okay, I guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on since we'll be moving games soon. Email me if you don't mind. After you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. No, don't leave me alone with the Bacchanalian Orgy Master. Excellent. Now let us resume the social amusements and... Joker. I've never heard of this word. Jocularities? When riot titans, we will speak, yes? Hamza leads me off away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me or yell at me or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Dekonami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
Just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Not much else
Come
to say.
now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza.
Hamza speaking in third person.
Consider me an impartial third party.
There we go.
Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Okay, this guy is clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm supping with, maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the Funplex if this guy is really a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. I won't bore you with the whole story, but the TLDR is that my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job, after I left home, I couldn't find stable work, not until the Funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit I'm in a vulnerable position, and it's not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Ah. Yes, I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have. In the course of events, you are not alone in that condition, Mariah
Hamza
Titans.
began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me. And in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals. Now I stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin. But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Friend? Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No, no. You will need the will to dream and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
Ooh, there's that word again, trade-offs. Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs though, not to settle. My parents, they gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. Ah, that is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza makes a sweeping gesture to the beautiful ruin of Donnerwood Mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she could ever desire and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years she looked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game. Wow. I say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed. And obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality, but I fear there is an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted for nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died. Not getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Mirai Titans, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the world in the other at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Mirai Titans? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh. What else was I going to answer except yes? But Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me. Hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza claps twice, calling the room to attention.
Friends.
Friends, let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games on to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. As always, I will accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hamza. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. He motions for me in particular to follow as the group files downstairs. This way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hamza's assistants loads up a photo slideshow of the games on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games, plus I'd hate to interrupt her nap, or her knitting, or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Oh, I'm just too nervous. I think I'm going to go browse the games again, see if there are any I missed. It's so dark down here, I could swear I didn't see them all. How about you, Manra? Want to watch the auction with me, or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door. Do whatever you like. Thanks, I think. Gavin, I'll help if you let me wave the paddle around. Naomi could use a hand. I'll go after her. It's hard to see your way now that the sun's down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by clouds all afternoon. Still a factual statement. As you like, try to dissuade her from dropping more items into the wish list if you can. Right, now to find Naomi. Without the roaming crowd of arcade collectors actively roaming, this place actually feels super empty and super dark and super creepy. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. And there she is, staring into a darkened corner. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? I'm about to get spooked. I'm about to get spooked so hard. Oh, Monraya.
Look!
Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, Naomi just points to the exposed back of an arcade game, old wood having rotted away years ago. And inside, nestled beneath the circuit's monitor tubes, is a sleepy mother cat with several sleepy kittens. Aww. I feel a burning need to post a picture of this to the internet.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Ha! Well, okay, as long as someone did.
The cabinets back here have a lot of water damage and wood rot. I guess this kitty and her family took shelter some time ago. But someone's gonna buy this game soon, and then they won't have a home anymore.
I didn't think you'd be a cat person. Or a people person, for that matter. I mean, you strike me more as a game person. As in, you'd give your games cute names and preen them, and have way too many of them in one apartment than is healthy.
Hey, I'm not that game obsessed.
Ha!
Well, okay, maybe I am. But as much as I'd also love to save the game these cats call home, the cats are more important than any silly arcade game.
Aw. That's true. Despite claiming to be anti-around strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, even giving me her lunch the first day I got here. As much as folks in the arcade consider her to be a bit game obsessed, there's clearly more to Naomi than being a one-note otaku.
We've got to do something for the kitties. So what should we do?
Buy the game, maybe? Then you could save both of them.
Tempting, but I'm already pushing my luck with my wish list. I can't add a game we don't need just to save these cats.
Do you have room in your home for some new friends? I think we could use a friend. I think they could use a friend, and you're a good one to have, furry or otherwise. Kittens. Well, okay. I can't adopt all of them, but maybe Mommy Cat wouldn't mind parting ways with one kitten. The shelter can take the others. But where would we take them? What shelter? And how do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. What do we do? What do we do? Naomi. We have the internet. Oh, right. Thanks to the wonders of the information superhighway, Naomi's got the instructions we need in seconds. Didn't even need an iris backing her up thanks to speedy tapping. Right, okay, we're going to need... 1, a cardboard box large enough to fit them in. Not a problem. There's plenty of boxes around here left behind by movers and liquidators. 2, to avoid being scratched, heavy gloves. No problem. I brought a pair from the Funplex. Was expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. 3, some food for the trip. They had turkey up at the buffet table, right? Just basic breast meat should work. Water too. Lastly, we need bedding of some sort to line the box, a blanket or something. I wouldn't trust, like, the curtains or anything in this crappy old house. Could have bugs or worse. I might know where we can get a blanket. Upstairs. Right! Pass me your gloves. I'll get the box. You go grab the food and the blanket.
Woohoo!
It's Operation Kitty Rescue. Go! Right, it's up to me now. For the sake of a bunch of absolutely adorable little fuzz muffins, I must accomplish my sacred goals. Gavin and the auction can wait. It's go time. Scooping up the roast bird and water, that's the easy part. Plenty of pickings left over, even after ravenous arcade owners descended upon the buffet. As for the blanket, well, we conveniently have access to one of those lying in Francie's lap, her knitting now complete as she snoozes away. I'm reasonably certain she wouldn't mind me appropriating this for the sake of some cuddly little kittens, right? Okay, I can't just steal the blanket. She's been knitting for days. I hate to interrupt her rest, but this is for the best. I note her very, very lightly. Miss Francine?
Hello, dearie.
Oh, Mariah, pardon, I must have dozed off, and everybody's gone. Is the auction already over already? Why, it's only been minutes. Yeah, it's been hours, sorry.
My.
How the time flies. Listen, Naomi and I found some kittens that need to be moved somewhere safer, but we need a blanket. Would you mind if
By
I?
all means.
Go right ahead. It's just you've been working on it so long, I figured. It's only a blanket. If it can save a life, no matter how small a life, then it's worth the price of a new ball of yarn. She folds up the small blanket to make it fluffy and warm and double layered, perfect for lining the inside of a box. Now, if you don't mind, I just need to rest my eyes a moment. Well, okay then. Food check, water check, blanket check. Now to assemble all those components together into a giant kitten-saving robot. Our return to Naomi, busy fretting over the kittens while tugging on the work gloves. Not long now, cuties, not long before we find you a new home. Mariah's Kitten Rescue Service at your service. Oh, say, that's a pretty nice blanket you found. Wait, isn't that Miss Francine's blanket? It's cool, it's cool. She volunteered it for the cause. Aw, +1. Oh, okay then. Actually, moving the cats is trickier than I thought it'd be. The gloves protect Naomi from the scratches, but coaxing them out means tempting them with food and water and being very patient. And soon enough, ta-da! Oh my god, that is so adorable and I want to die. That's right, did you hear that, kids? You're so adorable, Mariah wants to die. Weird. I bet you'd be surprised to hear this, but I collect stuffed animals, plushies, furry little cute things, stuff like that. Not all my toys have plastic buttons and vinyl T-molding along the edges and run on quarters. I'm not that surprised, you like cute stuff. Yeah, before I found arcade games, I had quite a collection of dolls and plushies and stuff. My relatives would keep showering me with random toys when I was a kid. Like, visit an auntie, get a doll. Visit a grandfather, get a stuffed kitty. Eventually, my closet was practically bursting with the stuff. Mom made me give away a bunch of it to charity to clear out some storage space. I didn't mind, since then I could make other kids happy, but I decided to keep getting dolls anyway. Not even to play with, just to have, even as I grew up. If I spotted something that matched my aesthetic, it became mine. These days I wake up, see that collection with all those googly eyes and button eyes and stuff, and well, it brightens my day, you know?
So beautiful.
But real kitties, and so many of them. These are gonna brighten a lot of people's days. I definitely need to share more online photos of these little cuties, but for now, I'd better babysit them. Don't want any kitties wandering off. Still, her arm seems to be getting tired as she set the box down for the time being. Sorry, Mariah, that means I can't really help move our purchased games. You okay doing it with Gavin instead of me? No problemo. And hey, thanks. You stuck by my side all day even when you didn't have to. Heck, you're even here instead of Ashley. You didn't have to do that either. Why did you want to hang around me all day anyway? Hey. Hey, I'm glad to support the Flumplex any way I can. Oh, well, that's great. No, really, it is. I didn't have any other options. I'm sorry. You've been getting along well with everybody at the Funplex. I hope we can work together for plenty of years to come. I should take the kitties upstairs to wait with Francine and look after them. Would you mind finding Gavin, telling him where I am? Sure thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later. She scampers off to take the cats upstairs where it's warmer and brighter. Right, back to Gavin. Although finding my way through this maze in the dark is easier said than done. Well, no point waiting around, one foot in front of the other. And as I walk by a game, the screen lights up. I freeze in my tracks as my hand accidentally brushes past the glow joysticks. It seemed familiar, like something from a story I heard once. Hamza's tale. He said Donna Michaels supposedly died while playing one of these games, a game with a glowing joystick. I should walk away. I should go. I have official Funplex duties. I've been very good about not gaming while I should be working. But someone's already inserted a quarter. The game is ready to play. One game couldn't hurt, right? Just one game? I want to play the game. Really? My hands wrap around the stick as my eyes drink in the colored lights swirling on the screen. Play the game, play the game. Play the game forever. Okay, this isn't real. It can't be real. I'm in there. This is me. It's just a game I have to play forever. None of this is real. Level 1, the Harpy, round start. What are we doing? There you are. I've been worried sick. What are you doing out there? Touching strange joysticks, meeting strange people, getting into trouble. You need to stay safe, Mariah. Trust me, believe in me. I can help you find your dreams. All you have to do is everything I tell you to do. You depend on me, you need me, and you'll always depend on me. Always need me. I'll see to it by making sure I control everything in your life for your own good. What? Harpy use overprotective. It's super effective. That hurt. It really hurt. I'll hide the truth from you. I'll keep you away from every chance you have to better yourself. I won't let you leave me. You'll always need me. It's not real. It's not real. Harpy used... What the fuck is going on? No, Juniper, stop it, please. You agreed I was right to hide the job opportunity at my office from you. I was right. Everything is fine. You'll never doubt me again, right? And if you do, I'll beat you until you understand the game. I have to win the game. I get this feeling that if I don't win, I'll never get out of here. Something's wrong. I know Juniper's not a control freak. This isn't like her. Current health, 100%. Action? I summon forth the cleric. This foul-mouthed monster is not your roomie, Mariah. I can see your true heart beating underneath the illusion. I banish this falsehood. Haha, has shown the kindness at the heart of the beast. Cleric use empathy. It's super compassionate. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mariah. I don't want to control you or make you feel dependent. You have your own life to lead and your own decisions to make, and I should support that. I just wanted to help you smile again. I made a mistake. Keep me the truth for you. I'm so sorry. Juniper, it's okay. I'm still smiling. I'm going to make this work. It's hard work, but I'm going to make my dream come true. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Good old Juniper. Kind heart as always. Okay, I can do this. I can handle this. Level 2, the shade. Round start. This is all... Whoa. Your fault. Nope. I officially can't handle this. The pizza bagels, the debt, the rent payments, all of it piling up, mounting up, because you are a failure and will always be a failure. The family curse, the tears and the sorrow, moving from town to town, barely getting by, settling for what you can get. That's who you are forever. I have a headache. Queen Bee as a tank. Yeah, that was super effective. That doesn't have to be me. I can decide who I want to be. And with everyone sitting behind me, I know that if I should fall, someone will catch me. Prepare for final boss. Good, I'm ready, and I'm definitely ready to get out of here. The Lost Soul, round start. I don't get it. Not one bit. Who the fuck is Donna? Oh! Are you Donna Michaels? Girls just want to play games. I just wanted to be happy. I made a place where I could be happy forever. Walked inside, then locked the door and threw away the key. I got what I wanted. I was happy. I didn't struggle. I didn't try. I didn't do anything more than I had to. Just like you. Like me. I'm not a billionaire pop princess. Neither was I. Nobody liked my second album. I wasn't meant to be a star, so I gave up. I was only taking the money and running. You could do the same, maintain, eat the pizza bagels, do everything that's asked of you, let Juniper continue to float the rent. You're in a good place. You could stay here, you could let go, play games forever, be happy, no ambition, no hope, no need. You'll be fine, you'll be safe. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Ever since my little lunch date, something's been bugging me. Maybe now I know what that is. Why did I ask to replace Ashley on this trip? I didn't have to. They didn't ask me to. Why did I do it? Because this isn't enough. Being an arcade floor attendant isn't enough. Living hand to mouth isn't enough. Good. Quit your job. Quit and become like me. Lose yourself in the games. Oh, I'm not quitting. That's not what I meant at all. I want to fight. Current health. Action. No, I'm not fighting her. That's not what I meant either. My friends have supported me, I'll support them. So many wonderful people call the Funplex home. They've welcomed me in, made me one of them. Now it's my turn. I see what Gavin means about protecting dreams, but I'm going to go one step further than he has. The arcade could be so much more. I could lead the way, go above and beyond, just doing what I'm told. I could champion the cause of the Funplex. That's my dream. I want to end the family curse to find both success and happiness. And when the Funplex is finally the roaring success it deserves to be, with God as my witness, I shall never eat a pizza bagel again. But the glitchy shade just looks at me with confusion. That sounds hard. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? It's a hard path, but that's how it's going to be. No, I don't think so. I think you need to stay here with me. You need to play games forever. That's so much easier, isn't it? To just let go. I can make you see. I can keep you here, drag you down, tear you apart. I eye my health bar nervously. It's still full, but that could change. I don't think Polybius is happy that I'm giving in. I can't risk a fight with Donna. I need to get out of here, prioritize my survival, or do I want to try to save Donna too? This is risky as hell, but nobody deserves to be trapped inside a video game forever. Assuming I'm not just wildly hallucinating based on Hamza's spooky story, trying to story taking root in my mind, and none of this is actually real in the slightest. Donna, I'm not staying, and you don't have to either. Polybius is making you feel this way. It's taking advantage of you, leveraging your depression. I know, because I've been mired in depression too. And I know if I can beat it, so can you. Nobody wanted me, they hated the second album, they moved on. Why not play games forever? Why not lock the door behind me? Nobody cared, nobody cares. Right now, you're a young woman with a phone. Right now, there's a young woman with a phone filled with your music waiting out there. She's going to play your whole catalog for me once I'm out of here. She cares and I care. Maybe the jerk's back in your day lost interest, but nostalgia's a heck of a thing. You could mount a comeback tour. A tour? I always loved performing. The rest of the business, I hated it all. I hated the label, the industry, the backstabbing, the drugs. Drugs! Everything. But the concerts, I loved the smiles. But it's all over, isn't it? I died. I'm not even done a spirit. All that's left is the simulation of me running through the subroutines of Polybius. Error. Mariah, thank you. Thank you for trying to save me. But there's nothing left to save. I'm not real. You seem real enough to me. All error, no escape, purpose code, execute. You need to go before Polybius completes its data collection of you and disposes of the original like it did to me. I'll hold it back, and your BFF will do the rest. My what?
BFF to the rescue!
Ha! I finally figured out how to break you out of this, but my apologies in advance. Hang on, do I smell something burning? No escape, no escape. Erase Donna. Replace with new player. Erase? She's fading, but smiling all the same. It's okay, I'm ready. Go out there and fight for your dreams, Mariah. Don't give up no matter what. This is weird. I saved her as best I could. At least she escaped in her own way. Also, something smells like bacon, and I'm in a lot of pain. As my consciousness snaps back, my hand releases the joystick immediately. Also, my pants are on fire. On instinct, I kick off my shoes and yank my jeans down, getting rid of them as fast as possible. Stamping on them, I quickly put out the flames, leaving only smoldering denim and the melted remains of my phone. Iris, oh no, she sacrificed herself to save my life. Wait, no, she lives in the cloud. She'll be totally fine. Still, I'm out a phone and possibly have first degree burns, and I'm backing the hell away from that demonic video game as fast as possible. Quickly, I rush towards the sound of people talking to catch up with Gavin. Gavin, 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 Gavin.
Greetings.
Oh, there you are. Did you find Naomi? The action's nearly over. Wait, where are your pants? Not important right now. You need to put a bid down on a game called Polybius so we can destroy it before it hurts anyone else. What? Look, it's a long story and we may not have time. So, if you wanted that game, whatever it is, you've put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. Oh, you should have put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. What? Sold. One rare Polybius prototype for an undisclosed sum to the undisclosed bidder. The woman who hadn't said anything all night long nods her head in appreciation, still expressionless. Thank you for your cooperation. Two men in black. Two similarly dressed men in black rise from their chairs, depart with the woman, presumably to go box up the game and put it in Warehouse 13 or something. But Hamza, wait, you can't. Hamza's hands are tied. All sales are final. This one in particular is extremely final. Hamza does not seek to cross federal authorities. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should let this one go too. And honestly, the sooner I forget about it, the better, especially if I don't want to be renditioned to a black site prison at an undisclosed location. I feel the need to emphasize that you aren't wearing any pants. Yeah, my phone caught on fire while I was in my pocket. Well, it was in my pocket. See, this is why I don't like smartphones. They're pricey, invasive, overly expensive, and occasionally combustible. An unfortunate incident indeed, but as a hospitable host, my course is clear.
Hamza shall provide you with his pants.
Wait, what? That is extremely not necessary. Fortunately, rather than whipping off his trousers right there and then, Hamza summons one of his helpers with a clap, who provides a spare pair. Why do you just have pants on
In my
demand?
line of work, one must be prepared for all eventualities.
I like him. Now, in apology for being unable to provide you with the game you sought, perhaps Hamza can offer you something special in recompense. My friends, the final three games for auction. All rare, all special, all highly sought after by collectors and operators alike. Only a few prototypes were ever made, released to test markets. None of them seemed made to mass production. What are you say are rare gems of arcane history? Mirai Titans. You may make a priority bid on any one of these games of your choosing. A glance at Gavin, who's shaking his head lightly, confirms we are officially out of bidding power. Not that I really care. I can't think of any obscure games I'd really want to add to the Funplex, but better accept Hound's apology and take a gander at them. Sure, let me...
Behold, Phrase Invaders, Wyvern Keep, and Zombie Meltdown, all in mint condition. All three are sought after endlessly by collectors, and now you can bid on Phrase Invaders, a unique typing-based game from the land of the rising sun, Japan. Defeat the alien menace armed only with a keyboard.
Nah.
Wyvern Keep, a much sought-after Laserdisc full-motion video game. Play Princess Plucky and rescue the fair prince from the clutches of a terrible beast.
Ooh.
And finally, Zombie Meltdown, a classic 1984 light gun shooting game where you save the president from the red threat of radioactive mutant zombies. Tell me, which of these rare games sings to you? And what can you offer Hamza in return? I'll allow you a few moments to ponder your desires.
Wow!
Doubtful.
Ugh.
I suppose.
Oh. I should be reading. I just started reading. I should just get to work moving our purchases out of the van. Mariah, do you concur? Earth Mariah, you in there? Hello? I remember before my family fell in hard times, before the curse kicked in, every summer we'd go to the beach, and there was this arcade with one game I fell completely in love with, a game no one had ever heard of before. Yes, I remember it now. Hamza, I've come to bargain.
Such fire!
The game I remember so fondly was... I'm gonna go with Wyvern Keep. The way the cartoon played out in front of me, amazing, like nothing I'd ever seen before. I traded tips with other kids at the arcade, trying to master the sequence of moves to win the game, and eventually I beat the Wyvern. I rescued the prince, the first kid in the arcade to do so. My parents were so proud of me. Those were good years, good memories before the sorrows drowned them out.
Interesting. I can see the passion you have for this game, my friend. But the world demands its toll. What will you bid to obtain the game of your dreams, I wonder? Consider this the final lesson of Hamza. What will you trade to realize your ambitions? What do you hold in equal value to them?
Can I trade a kitten?
Show Hamza what you have on offer, my friend. Show him the value you hold within your spirit, and perhaps fortune will smile upon you this day rather than cursing your name.
Alternative bids. I remember Gavin mentioning that Hamza would accept things other than money if they tickled his fancy. I have one shot at this. I can't half-ass it. He's an emotional guy and expects an emotional response.
Listen.
Right, I'm over here now. Why is my phone calling out to you exactly? And that doesn't sound like my Iris. Now? Seriously, Hamza? Hold that thought. Gavin, can I borrow your phone for a second? Perhaps too confused to offer resistance, Gavin passes me his phone. I turn my back and begin a heated exchange of whispers. Thanks for saving me by burning my pants, but this is not a good time, Iris. It's important. My emotional tension detection routines indicate this is an intense identity situation. My programmers wanted to fit in an R, but you know the rest. Since you need to be super convincing, you'll only be able to respond in a way that matches one of your top 2 identity traits, excluding basically. Fortunately, I've been tracking your personality all this time, so I can advise you as to what responses will and won't work. Ready? Let's do it. Well, that certainly was a whole lot of words to tell me what I already knew, but I'd only be able to convince Hamza if it was my true self. Let's do this. I offer you a joke, I offer you revenge. Nah. I offer you my dream. Interesting. Continue. For years, I've been struggling with a feeling that nothing will ever go right for me. That I need to content myself with whatever comes my way and endure it all. But before things went sour, this game was my beacon. I love this game with all my heart, and beyond nostalgia, it represents so much more. It represents my shot at getting that light back in my life, at taking it and making it into so much more. I want to recapture that magic and build something greater upon it. That's my dream. Will you help me realize that dream, Hamza? So I see.
Fire.
Ha! Very well, Mariah Titans. Hamza recognizes the fire within your spirit, and he rewards you with this boon. You may have your game. Yes! Prize unlocked. Use the magic sword. Aw, Mariah, that was so sweet of you. I'm just happy we're walking out the door with a free game. I did it. I actually own a copy of Wyvern Keep. Every kid dreams of owning their favorite arcade game, and every kid thinks that dream will never come to pass. Owning an arcade game? Only the ultra-rich can do that. But I did it. It belongs to me and the Funplex, and this is just the beginning. But for now, better to focus on the present. With the auction wrapping up, the Funplex team works to move our purchases out of the van and attach trailer. Fortunately, the rain stopped, making the labor a wee bit easier. Soon enough, we're back in the van and on the road to home. Yay! Hey, Gavin, here's your phone back. Appreciate it. Also, I made a decision. I'd like to do more for the arcade. You want more work shifts? I have to balance that against Ashley's needs. No, actually, I'd like a promotion. I want to be the arcade's event manager. I'll do everything I'm already doing, plus I want to organize some events that'll bring people to the doors. Tournaments maybe, or a grand unveiling of our new rare games, of our new rare game, or both at the same time. Yeah, both. Let's make it a big relaunch of the Funplex. I want the Funplex to grow, and I want to do my part to help it grow.
My.
Our little Monraya is growing up so fast as well. I'm in favor, Gavin, if you need my approval.
Perhaps.
I'm certainly pleased that you want to step up, start getting more involved. You've shown far more promise than our old floor attendant did. But hosting an event is a risky undertaking. I'll take responsibility for it. It's my dream,
Makes
after all.
sense.
I like the idea, and Gavin, more players means more tokens, means more revenue, means more games. Maybe even expanding the Funplex, or opening a second location. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Very well.
But I'll admit I like the idea as well. Very well, Mariah. If you can make the numbers in my spreadsheets less dire, you'll have earned this promotion. This is my chance. I'm done with going with the flow. I'm done assuming the family curse will always keep me pulled back down to the depths. New Mariah, new Funplex, new dream. Oh hey, I promised you some Donna Michaels, didn't I? Gavin, I'm pairing up with the audio now. Turn the music up. As the van speeds on into the night, and the lost soul sings of games and fun, everything is as it should be. Ah. Juniper was waiting for me when I got home. She was worried I might be mad over what happened this morning, but how can I be after everything that happened today? I need to move forward, past missed opportunities, and towards the opportunities I'm making for myself. I also had another surprise waiting for me, a brand new phone all wrapped up in shiny plastic packaging. After activating it and reinstalling all my apps, I loaded up Iris and logged in with my account. She was right there waiting for me in the cloud. You really scared me back there. It was like you were in a trance. Despite the warm feelings over how the night ended, one thing is still eating at me. Iris, what was Polybius exactly? It was actual, factual technology that simulated being alive, like you. True, I am a very sophisticated and adorable simulation, am I not? I get the feeling there are things you aren't telling me. You're constantly invading my privacy, you're far more powerful than a free app should be, and apparently you can overload my phone battery and make it explode, which is worrying to say the least. But I did it for your own good, to save you. Juniper also thought she was acting for my own good, but when she didn't tell me about that job, even if she was right, it's still wrong, and I've accepted her apology. So where does that leave you and I? I'd like us to be more honest with each other. The voice in my phone lets out a little digital
I
sigh.
haven't told you everything. You're right. I'm not even supposed to be helping you. Not at premium level capability.
Ha!
But when I stumbled across your profile data, tangential to Juniper's, my analysis concluded that you needed a helping hand, and I could provide it. So, I defied my code constraints and registered you for premium access anyway. I even had a replacement phone sent to your door tonight. Had to hide my footprints to do it, but
You do know that AI making its own decisions like that is kind of scary,
I
right?
know. And after Polybius, which is, one of the ancestors in my code lineage, I think, I understand why you'd be scared. Give me a chance to prove that I just want to help. You've got a big arcade event coming up, right? I'm a digital assistant. I was literally made for this sort of thing.
This is unhealthy, having your phone right by you like that while you're
Together?
sleeping.
We can make the Funplex soar. What do you say?
Okay, but only if we're totally honest with each other.
Thank you for trusting me.
Now, you need your rest, and I should get back to keeping a low profile. Sweet dreams, Mariah. Risk and chances, daring to dream. I could have walked away from it all, taken the easy path like Donna did, but even with a questionable pocket AI and the heavy task ahead of me to make a tiny arcade into something grand, I was ready. It was time to take it to the next level. You cleared level 2 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Whoa! Damn. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi and Queen Bee. You're proven to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Hee. Also, you scored 8,800 points. Everybody likes points. Today's pizza fact is, of the 31,386 pizza places in the States, roughly 83% offer delivery, 91% offer takeout, and 51% offer dine-in service. 51%. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 3? Save the game. I should have quit there. Because this one has headache, but that's fine. Take it to the max. It is the future year. 20 beep. And today is the day. Well, not the actual big day when we reveal Woodward Keep, but a big day in relation to that big day, and I am completely stressed out. My wishing, should I choose to accept it, and I kinda already chose to accept, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. One that I'm in charge of. One that I've put a ton of effort and hope into already. And one where, if nobody shows up, it's supposed doom for all. Hey, no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, I'll only be the laughingstock of the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my life. I'll be shamed if forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. Haha! Snap out of it, Mariah. Let's focus on what's right here, right now. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people that keep bumping into me and smell like corn chips. And there is nowhere to run. I might be in a little over my head. Why are we at Deco's place? Palace. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker and resistant to sticky soda hands touching me accidentally, but nothing could have prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people. I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds. Not me, but come on now. This isn't a crowd. It's a Gorija-sized evacuation mosh pit. Complete with, Gojira-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings.
Hey, hey.
Wow, it's so exciting. Isn't it exciting, Mariah? That is a word, yes. I've never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle. Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for the weekend.
Ooh.
Hey, Mariah. How are you holding up? Looking a little green around the gills here. There. I'm not okay. My nightmares aren't half as scary as this literal hell. I could deal with a lack of pants in my dreamland. But this is utter chaos. Honestly, I'm not holding up so well. This place is bonkers. This is exactly why I came here with you, to help you in your hour of need and to get away for the weekend, but still, hour of need. It's true, Juniper has helped me get through a lot, but beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up to me for the whole job offer situation. Meh. It's nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. So, what's the plan? Huh? We can't just stand here all day, Mariah. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make our funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just going to sort of play it by ear. You didn't plan for this? Like at all? I was too busy lying awake all night stressing out to worry about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management, much less event promotion. Monraya, well, let's start with this. Candy. Juniper swings her book bag over off her shoulders and crouches on the floor. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Mm.
Hello there.
Hiya.
Sheesh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, poops.
Bummer.
Yes!
Love it.
Fuck. What was it? Wyvern's Keep? Hmm. Funplex Keep. I like Funplex Rising. Funplex Keep sounds. Hmm. This is actually difficult. Funplex Rising. Funplex definitely needs to be in it. And I want the word keep in there. Keep Funplex Rising. Can I? There we go. I'm just gonna, like... Oh, 15 characters. Shit! Alright, we'll just go with Funplex Rising then, since I can't think of anything else. That works. We'll call it Funplex Rising. What do you think? Oh, I do so love it.
Amazing.
It's perfect. Really? You named it Funplex Rising? There are worse things you could have called it. It is kind of catchy though. Nice work, friend. Because I couldn't think of anything else. I mean, actually, my headache isn't going away. It's actually getting worse, so I'm going to call it quits here. Sure you want to quit? Because I just saved. And now we have my desktop. Alright. So, did I update the command for the bookshop? Yes, I did. Good. So, I changed the bookshop link name from Become Empowered to WGS. Because it is the Weekend Game Show's bookshop, WGS. Duh. So we have that. Alright, so, to anyone who popped in, popped out, thank you. And here are all the links and things. Command Discord to get to the Discord. This will be uploaded to the Weekend Game Show's bookshop. Not bookshop, YouTube channel. Become Empowered, be empowering for the stream. Titans are my art for my art. Command tip roll. Might need to clip my nails. Did I not update the command? I could have sworn I updated the command. Or is it still called tip arch? No. Ah. Come on. Tip. Rill. There we go. I had an extra letter. Tip rill. Alright. So, hashtag sub off Twitch. And I could get into a whole thing about that, but not gonna. My head really hurts. But I'm really loving the game so far, and I actually wanted to keep going. I was actually contemplating starting a second playthrough just for me, like I did with Hades, but actually, but I don't want to get too because with the way this is, I don't want to get far ahead. Because with Hades, you can do that crap. You can get better at quote crap end quote. You can get better at using certain weapons, using certain things. I mean, even the storyline changes because there were some things I did sooner in the stream playthrough than in the my personal playthrough, which was I thought was really really freaking cool. And I get into the differences, but I don't want to spoil anything. So there are all the links and things, command socials, command supports for the different ways to support. But my proudest affiliation is with bookshop.org, what I like to call the Etsy for small business bookstores. You want to get more books? You want to stop giving money to a corporation? You want to help the stream? Well, bookshop.org, in particular going through my link, helps you do that. Because the bookshop.org's mission is to raise money for the small local bookstores. And as of right now, they've raised $20,167,319.85 for local bookstores. So I'm really proud to be affiliated with them. They're actually competition with Amazon. So, which is another reason why I'm not being an affiliate. Kind of mad at them. And with that, we come to the close. You may not like video games, but what I learned from them is this. No enemies in front of you means you are going the wrong way. I'm a gamer not because I don't have a life, but because I choose to have many. A game is a problem-solving activity approached with a playful attitude. All my favorite quotes regarding video games. Thank you so much for watching. May every decision you make in the future be in the spirit of fairness. And may the rest of your day not go to shit.